Sarah Hosman, although many of the people in this room know me as Sarah Rutledge.
You're addressing the board, not those folks.
Sorry.
I know, it's just hard.
They know me by a different name because I was their student. My entire education took place in this district. I left long enough to get my teaching certificate and returned home to the school that inspired my love of learning. I have spent my summer being envious of those around the state ratifying contracts that exemplify their value as educators. It leads me to the realization that perhaps you hesitate to invest in me because you don't know me. Allow me to explain why I am worth more than 3.1%. I've taught here for 7 years. I graduated from Black Hills with honors. I graduated from Western magna cum laude. I finished my pro cert with 4.0, earned my master's with a 4.0, and I passed the highly qualified test, and I'm classified by this district as a distinguished teacher. In short, I work hard. I tell you these things not to brag, but to show you a slice of my worth. It looks pretty on paper, but the real story is what happens in my classroom. You are welcome to pull up my students' test scores. You will like what you see, but it isn't important to me. I invite all of you to come to my classroom any day, any time. Don't even announce your arrival. I'm at Tumwater Hill. I'm in room A3. Come and watch the magic. Come see what our district gets for their money. I am great at my job. Students are excited to learn because of the way I present ideas. Students are willing to take risks because I have worked hard to earn their trust. And students achieve because no one is left behind in my classroom. I have done this despite the fact that we have the largest class sizes in Chinook Uniserve. I know because this district planted 38 8-year-olds in my room. Don't get me wrong, I will give 100% regardless of my class size, but my students get more when there are fewer of them. I want to bargain class sizes where I can have a meaningful amount of contact with every student each day. One of the reasons I'm able to do this is because of the senior staff members who have helped guide me over the years. But now I'm watching their great minds move to other districts for smaller class sizes and increased pay. I'm asking for the money the legislature earmarked for my pay. I ask not only for myself, but for my coworkers who are currently out earning their masters and national boards to improve themselves for our district and our students. We know that people who feel appreciated will go above and beyond what is asked. This bargaining session feels gross. I don't feel like the district realizes what it has, and sometimes you don't realize what you have until it's all gone. Just as I have to be careful in the message I deliver every day to my students, you need to be careful of the message you deliver to this staff. Teaching is a job of heart, but it's also a job that has to be compensated. The law of economics still apply to all of us and Tumwater School District, but you get what you pay for. We don't live in Mossy Rock or Warden. Our pay should be measured by our experience and the cost of the community in which we all live. The money is there to make it happen. We have the funds to keep, find, and continue to train the best. All of us deserve to be valued by the district and feel safe in our classrooms while we work with a reasonable number of students. Hopefully we inspire them to go out and do great things. If we can ignite a spark in them, perhaps they will come back and share it in our district, just like I did.
Okay, my name's Matt Bell. I've been in this district 21 years. When the school doors opened at Black Hills High School, I'm one of the few remaining ones. We have Kelly and Lisa and Peggy, but there's only a handful of us left. And kind of like Henry, but not as extreme, I wrote my first resume this year. First time in 21 years I wrote a resume. I'm like, oh geez, I don't know how to do it. I had to research and it was hard work, but I actually wrote a resume. So anyway, why did I do that? Well, I think you know why. But I'm not here to talk about my resume. I'm here to read a letter from a former colleague, Washington State DECA Advisor of the Year, Brenda, used to be Knowlton, now she's Brenda Grabsky. She wrote this. It is with a sad heart I watch my former colleagues and current teachers of my own current children struggle while I sit in a nearby school district feeling supported and part of a community that comes together to do one of the most important jobs in the world, preparing our children for the future. I thought the best way to show my support was to share why I decided to leave my teaching position and make the incredibly difficult decision to leave my friends, heck, my family, my supportive building administrators, caring parents, and a thriving program. It boiled down to one word: value. value of my time, value of my experience, value of my profession, value of my program. In my current position, I'm trusted with budget decisions within my classroom for what I know is best for my individualized student population. I have a higher pay for extra and co-curricular work with students outside the classroom. I have a supervisor who is highly skilled and credentialed in my particular program to support its unique needs, and I work with a supportive team of professionals who keep my plate from getting too full. Is life perfect? Of course not. There's still too much to do with too little time and money. But oh my goodness, to feel like we are all in this together,
Matt, you have 1 minute.
and that everyone from top down values your time and commitment, just wow. Our contract is not finalized, yet our teachers sit with calm minds and hearts because we know the school board and our administration has our backs. They have shown time and time again that they value the person they put in front of kids each and every day with the highest regard. The result of this is a team of professionals getting to the business of in the first weeks of school. We know a great contract will be there. We know we are valued. Brenda Grabsky, National Board Certified Teacher. And I want to end, another thing is, Jim put a bunch of fancy numbers on there. But the bottom line is, like what Henry said, every year it's gloom and doom. We're in a budget, we're running out of money, it's gonna be a shortfall, but every year, the reserve fund goes up. $3 million, that's not a shortfall. Thank you.
But I probably wouldn't be nearly as eloquent as my two previous speakers. So I'm Tim Voyen, the TEA president. I have a lot of things to say, but one thing I want to address right out of the gate is that I've heard two administrators in our district talk about how we've got this reduced funding and how we're going to be, we're going down this path. And I've heard you talk about winners and losers, and I've heard you say Tumwater is a loser. And I look behind me, these aren't losers. They're not losers. I would find another synonym. We have all kinds of English teachers up here that can find a different word than losers. But we're not losers because they're winners. They're great people behind me. I guess what I talk about is the tradition in Tumwater School District, a tradition of excellence. And you expect excellence from your teachers. And you get it every single day. And I love going out to buildings. A lot of times I'll go to meet a member, and I'm not going to interrupt their classroom. I'll wait till they have time to visit with me. But I like to eavesdrop. I like to sit outside the classroom and listen to what's going on. I can use my wife as an example. She does amazing things with her students. You got 25, 26 little 7-year-olds, and they're all quiet and learning. Let's see, Mr. St. Clair was here. He teaches science at Black Hills High School, and that's pretty close to where I teach in secondary options. And I will be outside his room sometime just listening to him share his expertise with 30, 15, 16, 17-year-olds. That's almost impossible, but he does it every day. They are constantly providing their expertise. And I want to make sure that they stay here. I'm going to new teacher orientation here in a little bit, and we've got 34 people there, I think. We had 6 retirees this year. So my question is, where are those people going? Why are they leaving Tumwater? I want them all to stay. That mix factor is terrible. I would like everybody to be here for 30 years. I want to keep them all. So thank you for your time, Jay. Thanks for coming out and getting coffee. A lot of school board presidents would duck that throng out there. But you came out, and I'd buy you a cup of coffee any day. So, thank you.
Hi everybody, I'm Lisa Summers. I teach at Black Hills High School. I'm actually on my 23rd year of teaching. Have my master's degree. I'm a national board certified teacher and already went through the renewal and got a prestigious award. I was National PE Teacher of the Year in 2009. I'm actually not here to represent myself, but some very special kids and teachers that work with our life skills kids. Big part of the contract is trying to change the special ed language. This is one of our staff members that is in a different school district, in the Skilcom School District, and I'm reading this letter from her. Dear Tumwater community members and board members, I'm writing you to you as a current voting community member, Tumwater parent, and former Tumwater School District special education teacher. I'm unable to attend due to the time of the meeting. I implore you to really hear me, please. There are real safety concerns in our school, especially in special ed. It has been in my experience that what is communicated to the board as to what is actually going on in our classrooms is distilled down by the time it reaches the board's ears. The glass of Tang that is the state of safety is reduced to infused water by the time you receive it. I love Tumwater. I believe in the teachers, the support staff, and building admin I've worked with. I've been part of the coaching staff here for fall and spring sports, living 10 minutes away from my...
Let her finish.
I'm almost done. Thank you, Jay. Appreciate it. She lives 10 minutes away from the school, and teaching in my community has been a blessing and an honor. And that is why it should speak volumes that I left. You lost 3 life skills teachers this year. Have you asked them why they have left? I know that one of them asked for an exit interview at their request and was left unanswered. Let me make it perfectly clear. I left because I could not continue to teach in a district that the district level administration literally looked away when staff were hurt. When I was hurt, multiple times, I would warn my superiors at the district level ahead of time that I saw a serious danger and I was ignored, and people got hurt every time. Our most vulnerable students witnessed their teacher and paraeducators abused and were scared. Students who did not have the ability to go home and share what was happening with their parents, and I unable to share it as well. I understand that TEA is working to bargain to specify the SPED language in the contract. Please take it seriously. You have lost so many good teachers. Please stand up for the new special ed teachers in the district before they leave as well. Tumwater desperately needs change, and its staff desperately need your support. Mary Tumwater.